Hi guys. I wanted to remind you today of the importance to rest on our ascension journey. A lot of times when we are in a state of awakening, we are on the ascension journey, we go higher, we are influctuated by higher consciousness, by more light, by more energy. And a lot of times it makes us feel we are incredibly trained, our body is incredibly tired, and while there may be reasons for us to be tired because we didn't sleep at night, because maybe in spring times we have allergies, or we have our diet is not really, we have a poor diet, or we are not working out enough, or we are depressed, right? These are all reasons for us to be tired. But there's another reason, which is the ascension journey, and ascension symptoms lead to us being tired quite often. I just had a 2-hour nap, and you can't call this a nap anymore because it really feels like I go to other places. And very much I try to let myself rest whenever I can and whenever my vessel requires to. And I do not judge myself for that. And yet there are still times when I feel very drained and very tired for no reason besides ascension. And I still have feelings of judgment or guilt around that. And it is difficult sometimes to be compassionate or patient with that, because in our 3D reality, we feel like we need to be busy all the time, we need to be productive all the time. And I try my best to let myself meditate and rest, because the ascension journey is out of our control sometimes. The more we start working with the universe, the more you're starting with working with God and source energy and higher consciousness, the more we're actually becoming aware of the bigger picture, and that our journey is connected to other people's journey, and our awakening and our ascension is a process that is really connected to higher forces, right? So the more we can be compassionate, loving, patient with us feeling tired, the better. Because the ascension journey is sometimes it feels like an operation on your vessel. And the more you hold still, and the more you lay down or rest or be still, the more or the better new energies can come towards you, settle in your body. And a lot of times the reason why we feel guilty for being tired or for resting in the daytime is because we've learned to constantly be productive, to constantly be thriving for things, working hard for things, doing something, being productive, being on top of things, being working on projects, right? And a lot of times we have no idea what we're doing when we are that trained and that tired, and our vessel just requires rest. Even though I slept at night, even though I didn't work, even though, as humans, we always think we need those reasons to be tired, or we need those reasons to rest, or we need those 3D reality reasons for us to be exhausted, is because I'm sick, or I haven't slept that night, or I have been working a lot, and that's why I'm allowed to rest. But rest is nothing you should work for, first and foremost. And rest is not always connected to what we are doing in the physical, because or the need for rest is not always connected to what we're doing in the physical, because a lot of times, if our body is requiring rest, we have no idea what our consciousness is doing, and our and what we are doing on different timelines, what we are doing on in dream state, for example. Like when we wake up in the morning and dream or sleep hasn't felt resting or rejuvenating, it's possible that we've been doing so much inner work during sleep and at night, and that we've been on different timelines, that we've been astral traveling, that we've been communicating with our guides on a different level, and that we've been releasing the past, releasing trauma. Like just lately, there were so many vivid and lucid dreams about past lives and whatever kind of realities we can go to, or we are communicating with twin flames or soulmates, which is not only a romantic partner, which can only also always be soulmates, can be so many different people and friends and connections, right? But we have to remember that we are doing so much more work than the work we're doing in the physical. It's required to be compassionate and patient with that journey, because we maybe don't know what we actually are doing when our body needs to rest a lot, and it can have so many reasons for us to be tired. I remember like a few years back when I would tell people I'm tired, and they would get really triggered. Not only family members, also other people. You would say like I'm tired, and they would get really the more we ascend and awaken and become conscious, it's so funny sometimes how people get triggered by the weirdest things, because the more you remove, the more we are removing judgment, blame, and guilt, and shame in ourselves and in our vessel and in our body and in our consciousness, the more funny people become who are triggered by you, for example, talking about being tired, or talking about working out, or talking about food, or talking about eating, right? And people project so much onto you. It's really funny, but that's another story. It's just, I remember feeling guilty for being that tired, and today I understand how much we, as a collective, are actually doing during dream state, during resting, during meditation, and what we are actually releasing. And a lot of times, if you're here as a starseed, as a light worker, you're not only clearing your own karma and trauma, chances are you're also clearing and healing collective trauma or ancestral trauma and karmic patterns. And you've been probably healing so many lineages and so many patterns from your family dynamics when you're here as a light worker. And additional to that work, we are also working in the physical. So hell no, we're not judging ourselves for being tired and for needing to rest, because we have no idea what we're actually doing in the unconscious, or on another level, on another timeline. And we are so allowed to rest, not only because we worked, or we only slept 5 hours, or we've been working out, or we have an allergy, or we are stressed because of our kids or the job or whatever. We are allowed to rest whenever our body asks us to be still and rest. And some days are just not for going on trips and working a lot. Sometimes Some days are for resting and maybe for sleeping and having a 5-hour nap. And the more we can work with that, the more we can allow that, the more we can give ourselves permission, the more we're actually already working with our intuition, with higher self, with source energy, with the collective consciousness as well. So the most loving thing you can do is to give yourself permission to rest, to not judge yourself, to be patient and compassionate, and to not always need to find reasons why you are being tired. There can be billions of reasons for you to be tired. Of course, it's nice to know because you've had too much pasta and it's not doing you good or whatever, but it's not necessarily important. And a lot of times when we don't find reasons, it might be because we're doing lots of healing work, lots of clearing work, lots of letting go. And the more we hold still, the more we rest, maybe lay down, maybe sleep, the universe can work through us, those energies can move through us. And that's how we are getting over with or done with, or it will be moving through us much quicker than when we try to resist and try to like wake us up and be productive. A lot of times when we don't listen to that and we go against that intuition or intuitive inner knowing of, okay, actually I need to rest, but I really want to be productive, it's not a productive day anyway. Or we're going against that and we're forcing us to do 1,000 different things, and then we might be having accidents, or we might be much more clumsy, or it's just not flowing because we're actually asked to just be in bed and just rest or just lay down. That's at least my personal experiences, and I think it counts for much more people, that when we go against our intuition or our body's needs, it's not really recommended to do that often. Sometimes, of course, we have to find a balance. But when I go against my inner knowing, when I go against my like forcing myself to be productive, I'm not feeling productive. Like, I'm not sitting down writing a book when I want to sleep for 3 hours straight, or I'm not going to sit down and do my text when my body is that exhausted. And I honor that inner knowing, and I honor my body's needs. And sometimes we can do, and sometimes we can not work with that, right? Sometimes there's just no way and we have to push through. But this is also awakening and ascension, that we learn to work more with our intuitive knowings about, or our intuitive knowing about when we need to rest, when we need to sleep, when we need to work out, and that's why to-do list or a routine or a schedule, it's not working for everyone, or at least a lot of people need more freedom in that schedule, because I might not feel super energized this morning, so I just do my laundry or whatever, and I might be super energized tonight. And that's a very personal thing, that's a very intuitive thing, and that's like very different for everyone. And that's why we should always work with our own intuition and not like plans of other people, schedules of other people, diets of other people, plans of other people, right? I think that's it. Honor your needs, honor your intuition, honor your need for rest and sleep, and to pause. And there is not always a reason needed for us to be tired or for us to rest. Sometimes I feel like I just got hit by a train. I have no idea what happened, but I had a good night's sleep, and I still need to rest every afternoon, basically after lunch or whatever, for 2 or 3 hours, and I have no idea what's going on. But I just trust that there is a bigger picture and a higher plan for my body to receive new energies, to release old energies and patterns, and it's probably healing and ascending, and we just go higher and higher. And it's not going to stop anytime soon, I guess. Whatever, I have no idea. We will see on that journey. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day. Take your nap if you need to. Bye.